Welcome to Nerd L.A.G, a podcast about anime and games and how it relates to our lives. Join us today on episode 9. I am your host, Zach, and today with me I have...
Adam.
Well, I was human. Now I'm Tien, or
Yep.
Shinigami LDL.
And today with us we have a special guest joining us again.
This is Laura, but you may know me as Sweet Kicks. I'm back.
And so as you guys can tell, we're going to be using our original first real names instead of our nicknames, which were Toshi, Xeris, and Human, and Sweet Kicks.
I still respond to both, though.
Yeah, I'll respond to both too.
Yeah, we'll probably keep mixing it up, but we're going to try to use our real names again. So let's go ahead and get started. Did you guys hear about the street artist hiding replica Legend of Zelda artifacts in Austin, Texas?
No, but I think my boyfriend, which, hi, honey, you need to go hunt for these. I would love you forever.
Yeah, I heard that these are hidden in forest locations and other places, like underneath bridges, and where else did he say there were?
No, they're placed. They're actually, the idea is he built boxes of treasure chests, pretty much like you do finding Zelda, and in them are hearts, are sprite swords, are bags for bomb bags, and he's placed it throughout Texas,
And
Austin, Texas.
And what are
area.
these hearts and gems and stuff made out of?
I'm trying to think. Like, I think beads on.
Yeah, those little melty beads.
Yeah. And he's just placed them around. He wanted to do it so he can make Austin a little more fun, a little more event, like a little more special for the people who live there.
I think that actually be pretty cool. I mean, I don't typically get out in that kind of a sense very often, but that'd be a kind of cool way to kind of get off the beaten path, or head out to a park somewhere and then just be like, hey, you know what? That wooded area looks like fun, because who knows? Maybe I'll find a heart piece and then start getting an extra life.
It's really funny because I used to go exploring in the woods and just random places all the time, and I'd find like random old houses, and we'd go explore inside those, inside the basements and stuff. I know that sounds really scary and dangerous, but we used to find cool stuff all the time, and being able to find stuff that's relatable to video games and anime, that'd be fun.
You maybe find the Great Fairy Spring and then find out you need to run away because there's some things you just don't want to see in person.
Yeah, this is true.
I swear.
Pixelated tits.
Oh, God.
I swear, if there's a Navi in there, like a little voice box, just hey.
Listen.
Yeah,
Hey,
if there's one of those
listen.
in there, I'll be like, no.
So, I'm not quite sure I heard this right. Are we thinking like Cards Against Humanity, pixelated bukkake, or
Oh,
Wow.
Man goes
by-
like some, I don't know.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not yet, but we are using a new setup with our mics, and so currently we only have 3 mics, 4 people, so 2 people are sharing the mic, so if you guys hear a little odd talking there, odd sounds.
I'm doing my best.
You'll hear me cackling in the background.
Yeah.
Also, your battery is low.
Oh, gosh.
And
dang
we've
it, Zach.
got Adam and Laura sharing the mic. So, but yeah, go ahead and but yeah, I thought it was really funny because it sounds like something very relatable to what I did for the proposal, the scavenger hunt, the Dragon Ball Z scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it is, except this time,
No clues.
no clues.
Yeah,
And I like this idea because, he's done a lot of things that actually made him notice. He's hung little swords on the bridge and actually wrote a note about it. He's actually planted plants around the city plots, actually, of what are those ones that you found in Zelda that
the
bomb.
Dekubaba?
the
Yeah.
Dekubaba, and
Yeah, he
planted
planted
them
those
in the
around-
community garden plots.
Aw.
So he's actually made it, and he's he's done a lot of stuff. He's a software engineer. He also runs a doggy daycare.
If you guys are in Austin, Texas, it's around Lady Bird Lake. I don't know where that is, but that's where it is.
So that's pretty cool. I think that would be an interesting thing if we could ever pull that off.
Again, babe. Do it. I love you. Do it.
If we had that talent and ability to do that, what would be something? What type of thing would you guys think of would be really cool?
I'd be hiding Deku scrubs everywhere.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun to do the Dragon Ball Z scavenger hunt. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Just hide Dragon Balls everywhere around town and have people search for them.
Pokemon, even though Pokemon Go is coming.
Pokemon
No.
would be fun. Go
Pokemon
catch
would
your
work.
own.
No, Pokemon will work because you hide potions, elixirs, items. on
Oh,
the
we could
Berries,
hide
all of that.
Pokeballs in trash cans. They'd get thrown away a lot, but it'd still be fun.
I'd probably have too much fun hunting burn heels behind fryers and things like that.
Yeah, see?
Fast food places.
And then think of the
This
theme,
is
like find
true.
freezers and put ice heels on the back of those freezers and stuff.
Just carry
Don't
one in
forget
your
the
pocket all the
berries.
time, so when you get
Mhm.
burned, you're like, "Oh, burn!"
But that would be
Better have burn heel.
see, that would be interesting. That would be a fun thing if we ever had that time and energy, because that does like he does this like he's already busy. He has like a job, a side job, and he does this on his spare time. That is some crazy determination right there.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you have enough projects. Let's not talk about that.
Determination.
So what were you guys saying about Utada Hikaru?
Oh, okay. Everyone here knows. Well, everyone here knows who she is, right?
Yeah, the main vocalist for the majority of opening Kingdom Hearts songs.
Uh huh.
Correctamundo.
And she's she's also done themes and anime. She's a pretty well known singer over in Japan. I believe that. And we all know her from the Kingdom Hearts aspect.
I've got a
of it.
lot of her songs.
See?
If I'm not mistaken, she composes the majority, if not all, of her songs.
Yeah, I think she does. And she, she's able to do the English. I think she did all the English songs for that too. And
Yeah.
she's
She did both English and Japanese / Romanji for it.
so. And actually, for how long ago? 5 years. She's actually been on a music hiatus.
5 years.
Yeah. So, and supposedly she is now coming back. She is going back into the music industry, and with that, she's starting off with making a theme song for a live action project. It's not specific exactly what it is. I have to go see again, but that's leading to more and more aspects of what else she can do, because she is highly regarded. So, what other things do you think she's gonna try to get her hand in?
So if it's a live action thing, I can only assume Kingdom Hearts, the other story.
Oh, you
Oh,
guys.
she's coming back for 3. I can already sense it. She's probably going to be doing the opening. For
I can't
Kingdom
even think
Hearts
of
3.
any live actions that are coming out
Or
right
the
now
anime, or both.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
she would actually partake in. But I do know, on a side note, anybody listening, if you guys know of any vinyl records that she does, please link me those, because I want to get some of those vinyl records.
you are so pushing stuff right now, aren't you?
Where are you going to put them?
On my record player?
Wow, you
Well,
are.
I'm sorry. I thought you wanted to hang up the pretty cover art.
Nah, I'd listen to it.
Okay.
But I mean, it's weird. I wonder if she's going to be accepted again, because a lot of people who take hiatuses and stuff usually come back doing something really great or something.
Some come back. I mean, I know American localized band here, Backstreet. They went on their own hiatus, and then they came back, and then everyone loves them again.
I about started singing NSYNC. Bye, bye, bye. Even
Oh.
though it's
No,
not them.
wrong boy band.
They're the same.
Is
No,
there
they're
ever a
not.
right boy band?
They're not the same.
Don't ever say the same.
Mama Sweet Kicks will hunt you down.
Okay, so just in case, it's actually 6-year hiatus,
Ooh, oops.
and that
We were
the
off.
program title is called Toto Nichan, is what the program she's going to be singing a theme song for.
Was it a 6-year hiatus because she really wanted to start Kingdom Hearts 3's song, and then she was like, well, you know what? If you guys won't produce it, then neither will I.
No, you just we have all waited, and we're still going to wait, and we're not going to argue, because we're going to wait for it more.
Dude, I don't care if it takes 5 more years. I'll still wait for it with bated breath.
What we all need to do, we all need to get our own keyblades. We need to figure out where the home station is and riot. Forget the pitchforks. We got our own keyblades.
I want to hear
Right,
her
with keyblades.
rendition of "Fly Me to the Moon."
Ooh.
I mean,
That's the last song supposedly she did. She did a rendition of Frank Sinatra's "Fly Me to the Moon."
okay, I want to hear that.
But
Wait.
I do have one last thing. If we look at any of the gameplay trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, can you tell me honestly that you want to riot for it? Because that looks freaking gorgeous. If they need to spend 5 more years on it, they can take their time.
Laura's over there squealing.
You know what I'm worried about?
I'm trying to ask a question. You're flapping your lips.
Okay, what's the question?
The Fly Me to the Moon. What? Did she do that for a game, or does it say, or?
sounds
It was
like
a 2000 remix of her 2000 cover of Frank Sinatra's,
it's just her own
Okay,
thing.
crud. Because I was.
and it
gonna...
was actually for the trailer of Evangelion.
Evangelion?
Evangelion. I
Okay, so
apologize.
that's the one that Juan knows well. See, I'm more familiar with the one.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. I forgot about that.
That's the one that Juan kept
Ryan
going on
showed
and
me
on.
that the other day.
How was it?
He kept going
Awesome.
on and on,
Okay.
and on about it during a ZumiCon, but
Yeah, I forgot about that. He
but,
showed me that.
No, I'm more familiar with the one aside from Frank Sinatra is the one from Bayonetta, because they sing "Fly Me to the Moon" in that one.
I don't think I've
And
seen that.
Well, I thought it was her, so now I'm trying to
Trying
look
to
it
figure
up.
out who it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, all this information is on her official website if anyone wants to learn more about what she's up to nowadays.
Well, since we're kind of still going down the road of anime related, I guess we'll go ahead and start with Zach's week anime. Used to be known as Toshi's week anime.
So, Zach, what is your week's anime?
So this week, Adam forced me. Well, not really forced because it's an amazing anime. To watch.
Technically not an anime.
Not
Not made in Japan.
Okay, fine. We can totally talk about that
Also
later.
made CG. In States.
What is this?
Fine. Anyway, I watched this cartoon show. Is that better?
That really doesn't make much of a difference to me. I just had to correct you because you knew you'd be really pissed about it.
Okay, what is it?
RWBY.
Okay.
What? What? I can still hear you. What?
Well, I thought originally that was our second subject.
It is.
I thought you had another anime.
Well, it ties in. We'll talk about it.
Well, let's
It's
just talk
it's
about
our
RWBY.
anime section. We can talk about whatever in an anime in any order.
We have a backup, and I have the backup ready.
All right,
so
fine.
there we go.
Fine.
RWBY time. Go.
All right. So,
All I gotta say is RWBY is amazing. If you guys have not seen it, you need to go and watch it. Drop whatever you're watching right now, even if it's anything awesome. Just go watch it now and
there
catch
are
up.
a lot of grade A voice actors in it too. Like I
Who's
mentioned.
all in there?
Yuri Lowenthal plays Mercury Black, and Vic Mignogna plays Crow.
a lot of well-known voice actors.
I didn't know that.
That's why he sounds familiar.
So a lot of well-known
Yeah,
voice actors.
That's my Vic Mignogna. I know him anywhere.
Okay. So, does anyone
Yeah,
know
my
the
Yuri.
history about how RWBY was produced? I think.
I think you do.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm the
Take
one.
it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, RWBY is originally a creation of Monty Oum. May he rest in peace. It was one of the things he always wanted to do, and he took the idea originally because he made Haloid. That's one of his biggest, well-known items he's created, and Dead Fantasy. With that, he was actually offered a position at the company Rooster Teeth, who is now the main producer of RWBY. And while he was doing Red vs. Blue, you can see when he was put on to production in, I believe, season 8 or season 9, with the first scene of Sarge and Donut taking a warhead, driving straight through a wall, charging at Washington. If anyone here has seen Red vs.
Red
Blue.
versus Blue. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Has anyone seen that episode when you know?
Sheila, I baked you a muffin.
I've seen 3 seasons of Red vs. Blue, but I've never finished it.
I
It
think
is-
I have a few of the seasons over here on DVD if you want to watch them.
There's a lot that's available everywhere. It's
This
just,
is true.
It's a matter of just kind of getting through it because I didn't really enjoy Halo, so the base point for where it came from I don't relate to, but the jokes in it I still get. It's just not to the same
Scale.
Yeah.
I don't like Halo, and I've watched every season up till now, which is very well done. The story is very well put together, and a lot of the story written in the past few seasons is one of the head writers of RWBY, Miles
The
Luna.
Muffin episode is the only one I have seen.
Really? Oh man.
And a lot of the
I know I'm a bad
choreographed fights for seasons 8 through at least up to the newest season
On RWBY?
on Red vs. Blue
Oh,
were
okay.
Monty Oum's fights. Okay, maybe not the last season, not season 13, but season 8 through 12 were Monty Oum style fights. He created all the fight scenes there. He made all the choreograph with his group for those fight scenes. And while he was there, he talked to Bernie Burns, of course, and asked that I want to create this series. I've always been thinking about it. I've always been writing down notes and stuff. He got permission to. He got Carrie Shawcross and Miles Luna as head writers to it, well, co-writers too. And he made them actually watch a lot of anime that he wanted it based off. Gurren Lagann was one of them.
Gurren Lagann?
Yeah, it was one that he made
awesome.
them watch, I think.
Tenjin Toppa.
And so with that, he created RWBY. He was the creative director. He had a lot of choreographed fight scenes, and you can see that in a lot of his work with that. And then, last year, I believe, he passed away from a complication with anesthesia.
With the anesthesia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now Carrie Shawcross is the head writer for it, while Maya Luna helped. and they're working on whatever notes he has left. He pretty much gave them an outline, but by how his work ethic was, he could change a whole episode an hour before it was due out. He would actually say, this is not
Wow.
right. He would rework it, and get it out like less than an hour or at least 30 minutes before it's supposed to come out.
The man literally worked himself to death.
He was a workaholic.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
would work from 9
Not a bad thing. It was a bad thing, but at the same time, he produced something really amazing.
Right.
Yeah, and he would stay up from like 9 p.m. till 7 a.m. when everyone's going home. He would sleep under his desk, take like power naps.
He definitely made his mark in the world.
He
And
really
he
did.
A strong mark.
and he would like multiple. He would not play games because he was working on his stuff. He loves Final Fantasy. He watched every gameplay of Final Fantasy on his screen monitors, so you get an idea. He would watch it for the animation, for how they move, how they act, how they talk.
So there's your reference.
So
Well, actually, with Final Fantasy, I mean, even though Final Fantasy 13 gets a lot of flack, the one thing that you can't really fault it for is its cinematography. The fight scenes themselves, like even when you're just in a regular fight, it's very fluid. It might not be great gameplay, but as far as the visual aspect to it, it looks incredible.
and that you can see that in his work. Okay, that's a little bit of background. Let's give a premise. We don't want to spoil too much because we want people to be drawn to it. So, who would give the best premise about RWBY here? We want to use.
Epic fighting comedy. Watch it.
Okay. Okay, Darius, give a three sentence premise so we could, make it, or a few sentences just to give it a good brief.
Okay.
Mine was shorter.
I know yours
Yeah,
was short.
yours is going to be significantly shorter.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm just gonna break it down to the core elements, I'm gonna do it season by season because the first one is gonna be short.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much the setup. You're gonna be introduced to characters. You're gonna have some really nice action scenes. You'll see some areas that are tweaked a little bit later on, visually and vocally. Not to say that it was bad to start with, but you can see the improvement as each season goes on.
It also has its own style too.
Yeah. Oh, it's very unique in its style,
Yeah.
not just for action, but in terms of character development, plot points, and things like that. So you get an understanding of the base point for the series, which is set in a unique world where magic is kind of within stones or dust. And humans have a soul which has the ability to kind of act as a shield. That's the very base premise that you'll get from season 1. There's more to it than that, but you'll have to watch to see. Season 2 kind of picks up and develops a little bit further on for actual interactions between characters and goes further for psychological developments, fine-tuning each of the characters between them, and then progresses, of course, the actual plot line from base, here's some bad guys, here's some good guys, to here's more of what they're actually going for and why the good guys have to do something about it. Season 3 takes out all the stops. Every bit of character development that they've had in the previous seasons is culminated with each different character coming to some form of realization about their own strengths and weaknesses and how to work together with a lot of what's going on. Some of the best psychology in a TV show I've seen, second only to Avatar.
I could argue that point, but that's going to be something that we'll talk about later.
Okay.
But season 3 is what's been blowing me out of the water,
Okay.
especially with the latest episode. What was it, 9?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. So, if anything, get up to episode 9.
Well, it's up to episode now. What do you expect? Okay. So we got pretty much a premise. What were you going to say, Laura?
Y'all
Nothing.
kind of just said it for me.
Okay. So we'll then go into the aspects because I always say Zach's one of the best who listen to sound quality and visuals because he's seen so much.
Mhm.
What would you say about the visuals?
Visuals, not big on it because it's not my style. To me, it almost feels like, it's good for what it is. It kind of gives it his own art.
It
And-
feels a little clunky.
Yeah, very
at
clunky,
first,
very
especially in the first season. But you look at it now in season 3, and
It's getting better. It's almost like playing a video game and seeing certain glitches to where like certain overlays overlay over the stuff that you didn't want them to overlay.
The only thing I think that still bugs me within it, there are a few walking scenes that it still looks
Where they walk
very-
faster than they're actually moving.
No, there's some where it looks very clunky.
Basically,
Yeah, true.
the
and
reason
I kind of watched it. I was like,
basically the reason why is it's more of a CGI aspect.
Mhm.
The characters are CGI, the background CGI, so it's actually motion capture with
But
it.
the plot and the action totally make up for it.
Yeah. I mean, that it kind of comes down, like, it does have its unique style, and with that it has its own unique flaws. Some of the backgrounds are 2D or 2.5D, whereas the characters are full 3D.
Okay.
So any interactions between those two are going to have a couple of bugs just because of the nature of the type of interaction that's going to have.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's understandable. As I said, once you get used to it, it's actually, if you focus on the story, the visuals are good, but they aren't what will cause you to focus
there
on.
is a lot of character development.
Oh,
That's actually
yes.
what I was meaning to say.
Yeah.
There are some characters where you might find annoying as all get out, or you think this person's a wuss, but you go through the seasons and you see so much character development.
So hang on, I'm trying to think of what character's annoying.
I would have gone with Jean from season 1,
But he's got some-
He's
End of season 1, I liked him. End of season 2, I was like, okay, I can totally get behind you. End of season 3, well, we aren't even there yet. All of season 3, Jean is basically a
Strategist?
completely different character than
So you get-
he's
season 1.
he's a very growing type of character.
Yeah.
You definitely almost grow with him.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Audio. What do you think of the soundtrack?
Audio is awesome. The
soundtrack is amazing.
the soundtrack is awesome. It's played by a 14-year-old singer.
For the themes.
her whole family.
Yeah,
her
her-
father writes it and then she sings it.
Yep.
And
And I think we talked about this on a previous
on
podcast.
the second episode.
Yep.
And again, there's one song where her mother actually sings along with her.
Yeah, the
It's a
soundtrack's
family of professionals.
awesome. It's almost gives it kind of like an Avril Lavigne kind of feel to it. Just
Kind
because
of.
it's like that punky, that young girl.
Punky.
I would say punky for sure.
Does it feel?
It's a female
spunky?
punky.
Maybe, but
I mean, it might be because of the scenes that go along with it and how I relate back to where I saw or first heard it. Psychology. But every time I hear, 90% of the time outside of bad moods, when I hear any of those songs, it makes me really want to go and play a very big action game. I want to go and
It's
just
kind of like me with all the Noah songs. I'm just like,
Mhm.
I really want to do something epic right now.
right. Basically the same effect for guys watching 300. They want to go and
Yeah.
beat things up. But no, it's a very similar effect. I want to go throw in Mega Man X4 and just speed run it for days.
But for the the voice acting, starting out was a little rough, but now they've become their character. I mean, they're doing really well
I will say it was a little painful for me with Ruby.
with RWBY. Yeah,
At first, but now I love her.
she's definitely become her character.
She has become her character, and I've watched the trailer for the Japanese subbing over there, and they do that justice as well.
I haven't even got to see that yet.
You've seen the trailer.
For the Japanese, no, I haven't seen it yet.
You talked about it. You talked about it on episode 2. I think you're having a brain fart.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
I do forget
showed
a
it
lot of
directly
things.
to you.
I don't remember what I ate this morning or
It's
10 minutes
okay.
ago.
well, I would suspect that because with how they're like it's their baby, Rooster Teeth's baby.
It
It's
is.
Monty, and they actually would most likely take a bunch of the main cast and characters, go over there and have auditions and listen and go, what feels right, what sounds right for them.
Do we have any finishing thoughts on Ruby?
Okay, let's all give one finishing thought. See what everyone feels.
Oh my god.
That's
Pretty
that
much.
one.
Yeah, that's epic. Go watch
Okay.
it.
I'm actually just curious, where would you place it in terms of psychology from what you've seen so far?
I would actually rank it not a lot, but lower than what you do. Like let's say, what are you ranking on a scale 1 to 10?
Probably about an 8.
Okay, so yeah, I'd have to rank it at about a 6, maybe a 7. Maybe I'll give it a 6.5. Because I mean it's very well done. It's very psychological, but it's not to the point to where I've seen all these other animes or even TV shows or heck, even movies. It's not to that scale. It's done really well, but it just not. I don't think it's that high.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious because a lot of the animes that you've had for the where you're talking about the psychology, I don't see much of development for it. I wonder where the difference in viewpoint comes from.
I don't know. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what's Laura's?
No, I'm
No,
fine.
Laura, opinion on final
Huh?
thought or anything?
Oh, that it can be a little rough to watch it at first, but honestly, just give it a chance. I have some of my friends that poo-poo it all, get out, and I go, well,
I-
you need
I definitely
just push through it. Just trust me.
that's what I definitely did because the art style was not for me. It was hard for me to follow the story because of the art style, but I pushed through it because everybody else was watching it.
I would say if you can make it to episode 8, you probably are fine because episode 8 has enough of everything that you could want out of it.
Okay.
Tien, what about you? What's your
Well,
final thought?
remember, one of the reasons why I watch it was because I've seen Montion's work and I've loved his work. Watching him choreograph fights is amazing because I've always, I've done martial arts for over 10 years now, and watching those just have the fluidity, the motion, and he's a dancer. He's not even a fighter. He is a dancer. Watching him develop something that he's built as so young that inspires him. He's a feminist too. The main group is a group of females, strong, independent, but they're all their own personality. It makes you feel you want to grow with each character. There is no one solidity of, you're not truly following one person. You're following individuals working together, working separate, and knowing them.
And it does make sense between the two because when it comes down to dancing choreography versus fighting choreography, there's a link between the two that a lot of people don't pay attention to, which is that it's between one person and another. You have opposites and you have them interacting in a way that is very dependent on what the other one is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're creating a fight between two characters, you kind of have to have that same thought process as a dance because what one person does has to affect what the other person does and vice versa.
And overall, with that, the story development is well done. I'm not much of a psychology person when I watch anime. I just watch more of how the characters feel to me. And because I don't like to think a lot. I really don't. So if I put something in, I like to just feel more than think. So that's one of the factors for me.
Feel more than think, but
Yeah.
without psychology?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I'm a weird person.
more emotional?
Yeah, more emotional.
You feel more of the emotional character
Yeah.
connection instead of the logical, or not logical, the psychology connection. Like, it's more feel than brain.
Okay, I don't understand the disconnect then, because when it comes to psychology, what that means is the characters
You're
are...
getting way too logical right now.
That's the thing.
I'm going to explain what I mean by that.
Okay.
So when it comes down to the way that characters interact with each other and the emotions that are portrayed there and how you can relate to them would directly tie with how accurate it is towards a real life situation.
Agree.
So when it comes down to the majority, if not all of season 3's interactions, all of them have been accurate towards not only the character's personality, but the situation at hand for them.
Yeah, I'll agree to that, especially within season 3. I would say differently on season 1 for sure, though.
Oh yeah, season 1, like I said, as far as it goes there, it was the setup. Like they introduced characters. They said, here's good guys, here's bad guys. There's not really much else going on right now. Jean had a little bit of growth in that. Pyrrha was introduced. There wasn't much interaction between the two yet. It wasn't until season 2 that you kind of saw anything other than they're just characters. That was it. Season 1 didn't have a whole lot for it. Season 3 is where it really upped the ante in terms of anything psychologically related. Season 2 was just the start of how to actually progress to that point. So, I mean, yeah, it is a fairly slow build-up, but once it has gotten to that point, each of those characters is well enough defined that it's going to have that nice feel to it.
Just quickly, real quick, I'm going to segue into still Zach's Week anime, but we all watched Secco Boys right before the podcast.
I'll leave that all to you.
Yeah,
because
you didn't get to see it.
No, I was at work, but we need to make this a quick summary because we yabbed on and on and on about RWBY.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, Secco Boys. What did you guys think about the newest episode? We watched episode 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tien, what'd you think?
It was all right.
It the second episode was funny. Made me laugh a couple times. The third one, meh.
I think the novelty is kind of wearing off, or
Yeah.
wore off.
Is this the one with the statue head?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what Corey, y'all know him as Fat Geisha.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was going on and on about.
Oh, yeah.
This past weekend.
Yeah,
when I was
yeah.
with him.
The
Yeah.
second episode was hilarious.
Yeah, the
but the
third
third
one-
episode, it's definitely going on down low.
We'll see because it's also the factors how we view stuff because as you've seen, Adam's very analytical when it comes to stuff.
Mm-hmm. This is a pure just comedy.
Yeah, this is
dumb comedy too.
Yeah, and I don't watch much anime. I read so much more. And Zach here, he knows his anime like front and back. He's seen a variety.
I don't know it front and back, but I know what
A
I
lot,
know
yeah.
and what I've seen.
Yeah, and Laura hasn't seen it.
It's almost entirely visual comedy as well.
Yeah.
Because everything that's stated requires the visual in order to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were able to close your eyes and understand what was being said, or just really read the subtitles, it would be nothing more than four people talking about. I don't even know that they would call it being an idol. It would be four people kind of arguing with each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's play a game.
Let's play Nerd Stump.
All right, so Nerd Stump. If you guys want a little explanation, go back to our later episodes and go listen to those, and you guys will know how to play the game, or you can just listen to how the game is played. So we're going to start off with Tien.
Okay.
So,
Let me.
what is your character?
Well, I want to tilt
Anime
this up.
character, video game series, or anime series?
Yeah, person or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, mine's an anime character.
All right.
Okay.
Plain and average
Okay.
is a metaphoric joke that she is a tanuki.
Wait. Tanuki, the thing with the giant ball sack.
Yes. And I'm going to make this one. She uses a Boken weapon in the Kamina Kashu Ryu style. That's the biggest hint I could think of.
That went over my head.
Tanuki. Oh no, I'm thinking of Shapoopy.
Okay, so
Tanuki, the girl you'll never get.
so I'm gonna try to clarify that. We
Okay.
have a Tanuki metaphor-ish girl.
No, a joke, yes.
Okay.
Because she's plain and average for that reason.
She uses a fighting style with a staff.
No, Boken. Wooden
Okay.
sword.
Okay.
And this is anime character?
Anime character.
And what was the first clue?
She is plain and average. She was created that way.
Oh.
Created. So
Yeah.
that's telling me it's
She's a normaler.
She's a normaler, yes.
a normaler.
She's just plain average.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she was created.
Well, the creator made her plain and average.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a.
Yeah, that.
She's a robot.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
so average
Oh,
robots.
kind of how he spaced it out. Created.
All right, so absolutely no one is coming to my mind.
I'm stumped.
Okay, let me repeat them again because plain and average is a metaphoric joke that she is a tanuki, uses a Boken weapon with the style of Kamiya Kashin Ryu.
Oh, I'm gonna go with. Shoot, I can't remember thinking of the name. Main female character from Rurouni Kenshin.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
What
I'll
is everyone?
second that.
I think we have to do different
Yeah,
answers.
we have a new rule where you have to.
No.
Yep. That way, somebody actually gets a point and not two people.
Dermot. Sorry, didn't mean this.
I'm gonna say,
Oopsie.
how about? Man, I don't even know any plain female characters.
Well, you do watch a whole lot of that anime. What was it? How to pick up chicks in a dungeon? You could just pick one of those. I'm sure they're pretty two-dimensional.
Hestia's not really.
I can't remember her name from Ranma One Half, but it's not Ranma. I'll pick that
Okay.
female lead because that's all I can think of.
Yeah. I'll just go with I don't even know her name. Pass.
Okay. Adam
The
was
second-
correct. It is Kamiya Karu.
Ah.
From
Roni Kenshin.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah.
The fourth final one was one who was able to stop the Bodosai,
Mm.
which is
Ah,
Kenshin.
yep.
All right.
See, I
Well,
figured that one was
since
good.
Adam got that point, how about you take it away now?
All right.
Hold on. Can I? If we know it, do we wait for all 3 clues?
Yeah. Wait for all 3 and then answer.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Wait, really?
That's
yes,
yeah.
because
he wanted
you last week or the week before, like, totally interrupted TN while he was explaining, and you're like, "I got it," and didn't let us have thought process.
You know what's really sad? He's always guessed mine right. You notice that every time he's guessed
Yeah.
mine right every time. I've been trying to varietize it here.
Eventually, you'll pick something that. Well, no, you did have that one girl that I had no idea who was at all.
Yeah, but
From,
no one.
Love Hina.
Yes, but you should have known that one.
Yeah. That's forever ago. All right, take it away.
Okay, so this might make it a little bit more difficult, but mine originated as a video game character. But
And what is it now?
Video game
it
character.
is still a video game character.
Okay.
But it also had an anime series spinoff.
Fun.
Clue number 1, Buster. Clue number 2, Adaptable. Clue number 3, Rock and Roll.
Mega Man.
Well, you got it right.
Her?
It could have been. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mega Man. Of course, I'm gonna go with.
Okay, so Buster Cannon.
Mega Man's a girl?
No.
No, he never said he or she.
Are you sure?
Yep. Adaptable. I don't know if you got girl from that somewhere.
No.
He's adaptive fighter. Picks up different weapons from enemies, uses them to take on other ones. And then Rock and Roll. His name is Rock.
Okay, I kind of see where Zach heard it, because at one point when you were talking, it did sound like you said her.
Huh.
At one point.
Buster?
No.
I thought you.
When you were first describing
Anyway,
it.
it doesn't matter.
matter.
Tien got the point.
Got it.
Let's give him the point. Let's give you the point. All right, Laura, take it away.
We really have to stop knowing each other that well.
Don't take that out of context.
You've not heard
Yeah,
our
that's for
previous.
Zach and I.
Yeah, there.
I'm the yaoi fangirl of this group. Well, one of many. Anyways. Okay. Mine is from, we can call it video game / anime because it did get an animation. Her name means snow. She uses a fan as her weapon. And when it comes to magic, she uses fire magic and healing magic.
Okay, so is there anybody from Persona that uses a fan?
90% likely. I've never played it, though.
I haven't either.
It's been a long time.
You're on the right track, I'll say that much.
Oh, so we're not going to guess this. Okay, so everyone look up a name from Persona. I'm not even joking. We are.
I'm
No
sorry.
cheating. No cheating. We could make it a multiple choice.
If I could remember what snow was.
Yeah,
in
that's why I'm trying to remember.
Okay, my guess,
Hatoru.
just because I still don't know the answer, but the closest I can get is Cece from Code Geass, because Snow is her guesstimated name.
Hatoru. I'm just guessing that as a snow name. I don't know if it is.
I try to think my best.
Just say like
I've got
Lawa.
no idea.
Just guess whatever you think.
I think I actually know that somewhere in my brain. I'm
She's
gonna
probably
go,
said it several times.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with.
You know, you're
Cena?
supposed to make it so we could guess it.
I know, I'm sorry.
What?
I know, I'm sorry. Well, then let me do this.
Nice try, Charlie Brown.
Really?
No, it's starting.
No, I think it's fine. I mean, if we did have a clue that was have it. If any of us knew what snow
Snow
was in
was, yeah.
Japanese, we'd have had it.
Yeah.
So
Hang on. Snow in Japanese. Hang on.
You've got the fourth clue for a second guess. So
Yeah, say the
the
fourth
answer
clue.
is
What's
No,
the
the
fourth
fourth clue is
She runs a place called the Amagi Inn.
that didn't help me.
That didn't help any of us.
right. But if you know snow, then you still got it.
right.
Well, what I was going to suggest was, do you want me to spit out 4 names and you can guess from there?
Do you guys want to try that? We all
Yeah,
all
because then
obviously.
there's still a chance of us
Yeah.
missing.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give us 4 multiple choices.
First name, Chie Satanaka. Second name, Yukiko Amagi, which kind of gets... Third,
Ha! I'm going with B.
Yeah.
Dang
no,
it.
That's not.
That's all. We all
happening.
just went B.
Also, not only that, but she never finished the other 2.
Yeah. One would B.
interruption, Zach.
You guys were going to interrupt, but I just interrupted first.
So we're giving it to Zach
Yeah,
now, huh?
We'll give that to Zach because C was gonna be like Naoto Shirogane and
How
C
about
was
this?
gonna
No
be-
one gets
yeah.
the point.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Let's call it on that one.
Okay, your
All
turn.
right.
I
So
need to learn how to play better.
it's okay. You've only been here twice, so okay. So mine is a anime character. Who would have thunk it?
Oh, crap.
All right. So this person is a martial artist. The second clue, major change. And the third clue, I wish I could have this power.
Rama 1/2. Rama.
He always gets mine right, and he doesn't even watch anime.
Well, he raised his hand, so I was actually just like, okay, I'm 90% sure I know who it is, but
I'm not
gonna let him
complaining.
take
Me
it
and
first.
him got the point.
Yeah.
But
well,
I need to start making these harder.
yeah. Well, with your third clue especially, I was like, yeah, he would want to have the ability to change to a girl.
Who wouldn't?
You know,
Yeah, I know.
Do
I'd-
you
I'd
know
take
why I knew that? I have the whole series and read it 4 times straight.
Ashley, who is referred to as Ranma on later episodes, she's my wife. She used to have Ranma mangas, and she would go through, because she's an artist, she used to go through and color each page, and she had, like, I think 13 volumes fully colored. It was really cool.
Yeah. I'm angry because I lost the last 2 volumes. I have to rebuy them.
I think she actually has some still.
Did you have the last 2? Those are what
I
need.
doubt it.
Volumes.
She stopped collecting there for a
36
while.
volume series. Okay, so
And the fourth clue, I know you guys were probably wondering, but it was going to be hot water, cold water.
Yep. All right, so now,
Wait. Last clue for last week?
That's
Or
what.
last-
Oh, yeah,
well,
we do
no, I
need
thought-
to.
Well, should we tell?
Yeah,
should we
let's
do
go
it?
ahead and tell them what the answer was for last week.
First, the last clue, so that if they haven't guessed it yet, they'll get one last chance before we say it.
Okay, sure.
So the last clue is going to be egghead.
Okay.
So that is your guys' last and final clue.
And while we're doing that, have we thought of what this week's is going to be?
Okay, hang on. So we're going to give the answer at the end of the show?
After this.
After this,
After
once
we
we-
tell
we-
them the clues for the next
Yeah,
week.
we have next week's. This week's guest now.
Okay, so for this week's guess, for clue number 1 is...
I'm going to go with... No, never mind. Most gruesome deaths in a non-horror game.
Okay, my guess is going to be...
No, you're not guessing. You're not guessing. This is for everyone else.
No.
Oh.
Clue. My clue is going to be... likes the color green?
I don't think
Likes the color green?
Do you want another minute to think?
You guys could just come up for my clue and
I
just
figured
ixnay
it.
on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, fine. Ignore what I just said.
Okay. Mine is likes to carry pears.
Okay. I'm gonna go with to replace Toshi's. Breast reduction.
Okay, yeah, I could live with that one. Yeah. Okay.
So these are so really odd questions.
No. If you understand why, it makes perfect sense.
If anybody gets this right, I will be surprised.
And should we tell? Do we usually tell what it's from?
This would be a video game character.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is a video game character, and
Okay.
the first clue was.
The first clue was most gruesome deaths in a non-horror game.
Second clue was.
Likes pears or carries pears.
And the third clue was
Breast reduction.
breast reduction. All right. Well, so there's you guys' clues for this week's Nerd Stump.
Yep.
So,
So our game,
and so for the answer for last week's,
it was.
it was
Saitama. Also
Saitama.
known as One Punch Man.
Someone actually got it correct too.
a YouTuber.
What was his name?
I'll have to double check here in a second.
Okay, we will say your name in just a sec.
While I'm doing that, you guys can go on to the gaming category.
All right, gaming.
No, you're first. It's Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Lol. We were
Right.
arguing about this earlier.
Yeah, we had an argument.
And
Okay.
I won.
Anyway, So
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, this week we're actually getting the next Final Fantasy non-main series game, but the Explorers.
Mm-hmm.
My entire roommate flat is looking forward to this largely because 4 of us plus a game that's designed for 4 players at the same time equals probably hours of lost sleep.
Yeah, and the game style, just in case, is if you played Monster Hunter before, it's that
Yeah.
very similar game style where you make a group and party, you go fight monsters, varieties, giant, small, and you actually have to coordinate with each other. And it's an item collecting series too, because you will need
The
a lot of stuff.
characters are so cute.
I'm not a fan of the cute style, but the soldier class looks pretty cool. So I'll be sticking with that as much as possible.
Hold on, was it the soldier classes in Cloud or the soldier classes in Class?
All right, I'm going to interrupt
As
you
in
guys
Cloud.
for a second.
That is actually used as a special.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you guys for a second. So on YouTube, we had somebody comment, and so shout out to Brian Stewart. He answered One Punch Man, so he got it correct. So you get the reward of
Knowing you got it correct.
knowing you got it right.
Yay, kudos!
Yeah,
Yay!
Yep. And good for you, man. Okay. So back to Final Fantasy Explorers. I'm in the same situation, which is my friend who loves Monster Hunter. He plays hours on end. It's like, we have to play this. We have to play this. I'm like, okay, what does that make me? He pretty much has the idea I'm going to play a paladin so I could heal and tank while he's the thief and runs around, steals from the enemy, kills it. So we could take the items, build, upgrade, and he has this planned out in that way. I'm going, okay, so I'm just taking the damage and healing you so you don't die. Okay, okay. I can live with that plan.
Now, if you say special and you can use Cloud the same way you can use other characters just as the skin,
Yeah.
then I think I'll stick with that. And
Well,
then
no,
still
it's
be
sort
the
of like
range
a
support.
summoning. It's sort of like a summoning effect where you could use them temporarily. You still have to build a character, but he's sort of like a summon. He's sort of
So he replaces your current character for a small period?
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm still good with that.
Okay, yeah, because I'm going to use Squall. I'm a Final Fantasy VIII fool. I love Final Fantasy VIII, so Squall is my character.
I love Squall.
See, so I'm going to use
Yeah.
that. But yeah, if you
Squall.
it's going to be. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game because, truthfully, Square Enix is really ramping up a lot of variety games this year. I mean, one game that looks cutesy that I want to play, World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And with Explorers, they're pretty much testing the waters everywhere Square Enix is because that's sort of a Monster Hunter style game. World of Final Fantasy is supposedly an introduction game to get people into Final Fantasy. They're doing a Dragon Quest builder, which is pretty much Minecraft. So you can see that they're trying to throw everything and every variety in that. I mean, I think the only one, well, no, they have a fighting game over there. So yeah, they're pretty much just throwing the hat in every type of genre that they are able to do.
Which reminds me,
Bye-bye.
when did we get the...
Sorry.
Dissidia?
Yeah.
That I know is confirmed in Japan. I know that Tecmo Koei worked on it, and I don't think there's a confirmed U.S. release date on that yet.
Really?
Because I don't know if I know it's arcade, but I don't think they've confirmed consoles.
Interesting.
Well, and that, and you know what, another one they are, with Pokken Tournament, they got to sort of wait till that one, see how that one does.
That's coming here fairly
Yeah,
soon.
that's coming in March.
Yeah.
So that's one of the
Which I'm
reasons why.
excited for.
That's one of the reasons why I think that's not being pushed right now is because Pokken Tournament's pretty much going to be the big one to do.
I will
after.
be buying it, and I will talk about it.
And you
until
will be
your ears
bringing it
bleed.
over here, and we will all be
Yes.
playing it.
Yeah, well, it's going to be.
Well, they
interesting.
confirmed another character
Who?
for it, which I'll keep this short because we need to keep moving on. They confirmed Chandelure.
Yeah, we talked about that last
Yep.
week, didn't we?
Yep. And I'm happy because it's one of my favorite ghost types. Anyways, next game, which everyone is very familiar about, and I'm over here bouncing up and down in my seat.
Well, not everyone's very familiar. We know
Well,
of it.
These guys aren't. I am, and I know a lot of you out there are probably very familiar with it. Is Undertale, and some of you are probably sick of hearing about it. I'm sorry.
Underdog. So every time I hear it, I think of Underdog.
Basically, to make it long story short, there's monsters, there's humans, there was a war. The humans won, the monsters got sealed up underground. A human boy falls into a hole, which ends up being where the monsters are being held captive. And then that's when you're given a choice, basically, of 3 different routes. Which, if a lot of you are familiar, there's the pacifist run, where you pretty much give mercy to everything, and he's humming. So
Adam does not want spoilers.
he doesn't want spoilers. And
Oh, he's okay.
he's
I
humming,
see
so
what he's
how about you
doing.
give me that? Thanks. Plug your ears.
Or you can just go like walk out of the room
I was
No,
gonna.
because that will make noise.
Yeah.
and humming doesn't.
Well, I'm leaning as far away from him as possible so you don't hear the humming. You have your pacifist run where you don't kill anything. Your neutral run, which is kind of what you're stuck with at the beginning. And then the genocide run where you are basically slaughtering everything in your path. And there are a set number of monsters to murder in each and every path, which it will describe to you every time you save.
How long has this game been out?
It's been out. I know it's been out for a few months. This is done by Toby Fox and Tem, who goes kind of by Temmie. Tem has her own enemy in the game, which goes, "Oi, I'm Temmie," and I love Temmie.
So what kind of game is it?
It's kind of done in the style of an RPG. I mean, you have your fight act, you have your act, and then you have mercy. You also have your items, damaging items, defensive items, healing items. But there's a lot of different strategies with these items. I'm trying not to get distracted by Adam's
Me too.
But the characters are very, very lovable.
What's your favorite part about the game, or what drew you into it?
Well, I had heard a lot about it, and one YouTuber that my boyfriend had gotten me introduced to, who goes by the name of Nico B.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of really good voices, so he started playing Undertale around Christmas time, so I decided to go watch that, and I immediately fell in love with how the plot laid out, and also if you guys know Flowey, you'll know my extreme hatred for Flowey.
So the plot is what got you, the storyline?
Yeah, the plot is what had me, and then I found out there were multiple endings, and I'm a very big sucker for multiple endings.
Is it an action, like full-blown action hack and slash game?
It can be a hack and slash, but that kind of leads you to the bad ends.
Okay, so you get to choose your destiny.
Right.
Okay, that's really cool.
If you want like a personal opinion on how you should play the game without me spoiling anything major, is do your neutral run, which is, again, you're kind of stuck with that at first if you decide to try to do the pacifist route.
Mm-hmm.
Then do pacifist, then go genocide, but then go back and do pacifist.
Now, why is that?
The ending is actually very, very different because of a character named Chara, and that's all I'm going to say because that's going to heavily spoil stuff, and this one next to me is going to be very upset if he hears me.
Okay. Well, then we'll move on to Tien's game that he's, I think, excited about.
Yep.
Oh, I turned off my brain for a sec. As I said, me and Adam will want to play the game and we'll want to review it on our own merits, so that's why I turned it off.
So you had a game that you were excited about?
One Piece Burning Blood. Burning Blood or Raging Blood. I always get mixed up.
Yep.
It is actually a fighting style game, which I am heavily liking. It looks very, very similar to actually Pokken Tournament in that aspect.
I was getting that vibe, actually.
Yeah, actually, I'm enjoying that. It's cel shaded to give it the anime feel. It's going to
Which I like that.
It's going to be a sub game, so they're not going to use the Funimation voices for the game. You have
Really?
Yep. So it's going to be Japanese with subtitles.
I'm
It's
alright with this because I watched it sub.
It's up to the Dressrosa arc, so it will include it will include a new form for a certain character. If you're not caught up, actually, if you're caught up, you know what I'm talking about. Each character plays uniquely. Each character has different styles, different attacks. There's actually trap style characters, long range characters, mid range characters, short range characters. Each type of character that uses a devil fruit actually has to apply that. So they're a Logia style, which means they turn into an element of the character. If they're persona, they use the physical attributes. So they do use a variety. You have defense, counter, and all that stuff. They have the sceneries from multiple games. If you pre-order it, it will come with 2 DLC costumes. And if you're in Japan and pre-order
what are the 2 DLC costumes?
not confirmed yet.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's actually 2 hidden characters playable.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I showed Zach here actually a couple of the characters that were introduced, which were female characters.
Yes, I like.
You just like it for the costumes.
So?
Hint, hint.
Yeah. But I mean, if you know the Straw Hat Crew, all Straw Hat Crew is there. They include Doflamingo. They include a bunch of the admirals, Kuzen, Haruji, and all of them. And it looks like a fun game. And I love One Piece. I am a whore for One Piece, I will admit.
Okay, so other than the fact that it's One Piece, what drew you to the game?
Truthfully,
And the fact that it's new.
well, fact one, it is One Piece because there's a collector's edition with it. There's called a Marineford collector's edition, which comes with 2 figures, Whitebeard and Whitebeard's grave,
Mm-hmm.
an art book, a special case, and a special box for the collector's edition. The fighting style, I said, looks like Pokken Tournament, but I think I have it. But if we get Pokken Tournament, I know Adam will actually get there, get really good at it, and I won't have a chance. With this, I will have more of a chance to challenge him on if we ever play it.
Well, with Pokken Tournament, the couple aspects to it that might prevent me from getting pretty good. Playing other humans, I'm going to have to deal with lag, which I don't have a brain for.
Hey, that's our name. See what I did there?
Yeah. Or in local area, playing with the gamepad, yeah. The 30 FPS as the only way of multiplayer, it depends on how well the game's designed outside of that, because that's going to change up a lot for the aspects of how the game works competitively. So I might not even get that
Well,
good at it.
I think it's on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, so I know that it's going to be 60 FPS. Even
Yeah.
in split screen, most likely it's going
It
to be
should be
that.
fun.
Yeah, it should be fun on that aspect.
I was referring to Pokken Tournament.
I know you were
yeah.
referring. I'm talking about One Piece with that. But as I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
enjoy the game. I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna Twitch it, of course, and get my butt whooped a lot. But I don't care.
Speaking about Twitch, what's your Twitch name?
Shinigami LDL. You actually watched me Thursday.
Oh, yeah. It was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, I suck, but I'm gonna keep playing that game. I was playing Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero, and Zach here kept seeing me die a lot.
You should go and give this guy
And stepping on the girl.
I kept
Jeez.
stepping on pause. Yes, I did keep stepping on pause.
That's
Oh
funny.
gosh. All right. So we're running out of time. It
Yep.
looks like. So
Yeah.
let's start with some final thoughts. We'll start with the guests first. Any final thoughts, guests?
I have just one, and I actually saw this before I left for work. This actually has to relate with Five Nights at Freddy's, which I know a lot of people haven't learned about. There's 4 games out now. Well, apparently, the creator, Scott Cawthorn, had talked about a 5th coming up that was going to be different. This wasn't going to relate to his plot at all. Well, he released it early, and it was titled Five Nights at Freddy's World, and it was supposed to act like an RPG and everything. And everything looked pleasing to the eye and whatnot, but there are hundreds of things wrong with this game. You don't see the hitboxes for some of the enemies. There's
That's
some
lame.
lag. The pixelated art style from the first game's kind of like that NES feel that it had for some of the mini games. That's sort of back in this, and it doesn't fit at all. There are a lot of people giving this game like down reviews. Like, one person wrote, "Pro, escape key closes the game immediately, no questions asked. Cons is the game." And Scott has been listening because the backlash has been big. He basically goes, "This isn't really an announcement, but I feel I owe this to the community. You know, I've been accused of rushing my games ever since the first Five Nights at Freddy's, but I never felt that I'd release a game too early until now. There are a lot of features that this game should have had before release that I was told about. I heard them, I ignored them because I was pleased with what I was seeing, and basically I was too eager to show things. I neglected to pay attention to some important things. I am going to fix this, and I'll be updating the game with these features in the coming weeks."
Well, that makes me feel good because I haven't
So-
played any of the games, but that's pretty cool that he's actually taking the backlash and actually using it and telling, "Hey, I messed up. I rushed too much." And that's what I think.
He's apologizing.
I think
Yeah.
that's what a lot of animators tend to do is they rush too much to get the product out instead of
Yeah.
focusing on the quality. And
Well,
that's just
Yeah.
a tangent
That's-
that I can go on for
That's
hours.
the problem. He rushed it, and he's already built expectations.
Mhm.
So he's already destroyed a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying, "Scott, we love you, but this game is horrible."
Okay. Any other final thoughts?
I heard you were talking about an anime earlier.
Manyo Haikenjo?
Now, what is that?
Well,
Anime, me and Adam most likely won't watch.
You and Adam won't watch.
It's silly.
I'll watch it just because it sounds stupid and
That's
funny.
gonna be a
It's
week review.
very silly.
So pretty much what the premise is something about detachable boobs.
It's basically
And I'm out.
it's 12 episodes long. It's R+ for mild nudity, which is an understatement. But basically, this is set in the Taimahige era. Basically, there is a clan called the Manyu clan, and basically in this era, breasts mean everything. If you have breasts, you're guaranteed wealth and you're guaranteed popularity. You're basically top dog.
Isn't that real life? Breasts do mean everything, right?
No, they hurt.
Well, this is true. I
But-
like butts.
Yes, 90% of you guys, no, well, not as a whole, but within this group are butt men, minus my own.
Adam, what are you?
Yes.
Tien, what are you?
Female form.
None of them are going to be honest.
No, female form. There's a good variety of things I like off of a female.
Wait, you want us to be honest?
He's
Okay.
going to be logical.
Step 1, face. Step 2, like Ian said, body. Step 3, yeah, probably boobs. Step 4, butt. There you go.
See, I'm pretty much going with
Okay.
Adam's view
Adam,
right
you
here.
didn't say anything about the logical mind.
Anyways,
She wanted body. She didn't
Yeah,
care
she
about...
said physical features.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap this up rather quickly here. But basically,
Perverted there.
if you lack big boobs, you're not considered human, which I find very weird. But anyways, there is a secret scroll possessed by the clan, basically giving you techniques on how to grow big breasts.
So based off this anime's logic, I am not human.
No.
Based on this anime's logic, I'm an inverse human.
Anyways,
I abstain to answer.
there is a character called Chifusa who is to be a successor of the clan. She takes the scroll and runs off with it.
A squirrel?
Scroll.
Oh, scroll. Let me just steal
I'm
this.
going to take this squirrel and run with it.
But anyways, oh holy moly!
Okay, yeah, that sounds like something I would
it
definitely
is.
watch
What
for fun.
drew me to it was on a site called Goboyano, which if you haven't heard or seen this website, they're actually amazing. They write so many interesting articles. I can be on there for hours. There was a little GIF image
Oh,
of
jeez.
Chifusa falling, and she gets caught in between the V of some tree branches, and of course her boobs are being all pushed up and everything, and then she slides through it, and then her breasts are still sitting there on the tree branch.
Detached?
They detached.
Oh, jeez.
So I remember watching that a few times. I was like, what the heck is this?
So, Adam, I'm still sticking with the response. No.
Still out.
Yep.
All right, so, Adam,
Okay.
what about you? Any final thoughts?
I'm not watching that. That's my final thought.
Okay.
All right, Tien, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, as I said, I'm a One Piece horse. So if you are keeping up with One Piece, a lot of interesting story is happening right now. There's a lot of theories right now, but one of the biggest things that are happening is Sanji. If you're keeping up with that and what Oda's gonna write about it, it's really interesting. Actually,
I love me some Sanji.
it's really interesting that they're gonna go into an origin story with him and explain what his family history is, because there is a lot of questions happening.
So this
right
is
now.
in the manga?
This is in the manga.
Okay, so because I know we have some listeners that actually read the manga of One
Mhm.
Piece, so go on a little bit more.
How much spoiler can I get?
I
feel
know
bad.
I know he's caught up.
Really
Okay.
fast spoiler alert. Okay, go.
Really
Whoop,
big
whoop, whoop,
spoiler.
whoop.
Okay, we have found out that Sanji is actually a third son to the Vismoth family. We don't know what type of nobility he is, but he is a nobility. He is either going to be
Ooh.
a celestial dragon, a prince, or something with the world government. Because when usually they put a wanted poster for characters and stuff, it's dead or alive.
Mhm.
He is one of the few that has marked alive only. So they
Huh.
so now he's
Oh.
being. If you read the newest chapter, this is big spoilers. He is now being arranged marriage to a Yonkai child, daughter. Yonkai are the 4 major warlords that rule the new world pirate-wise. And he's now being married to her 34th or 35th child.
Jeez,
Daughter.
that's a lot of kids.
Yeah. Well, you've
I
not seen
hurt thinking about that.
and he
I hope those were C-section.
well, supposedly they're adopted too, so it's
Okay. I don't hurt nearly as much, but still.
But
Ow.
and now they're gonna write history, and he's now being taken away to Big Mom to have this wedding, and there's a lot more secrets in history that we're gonna find out about him that's gonna play major aspects, because like this is the first time you get to see any past history of him, which intrigues a lot of people, because if you watch his history and you've seen his story, you question a lot of things he knows and how he's able to persuade, spy, and all that. You're going, it bring up a lot of questions. Going, how was he able to do that? Like he's
so the hype of One Piece, is it still pretty good? Like within how far you are right now in the manga?
It is still the number one manga sold in 2015 series.
That's pretty incredible.
Wow, considering last couple months worth of One
Punch Man.
I'm a little surprised.
One Punch Man is in
Well,
full sale wise number 4.
Okay, I mean, and considering just the time frame for One Punch Man, that would make sense.
It averagely this past, usually every time a volume comes out, it's one of the few that can break 4 million.
Dang.
Yeah. So
Season 2 confirmed.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
Zach, any final thoughts?
My final thoughts. Another anime I was watching this week was Food Wars. Catching up on that. I only had 3 or 4 more
That's
episodes
an
to finish.
story if you keep up on that one.
Oh, I freaking love Food Wars. It's hilarious and fun, and it gets me hungry every time. Speaking about the detachable boobs and stuff, on Food Wars, there's this one character who's wearing a bikini top. Well, this latest episode that I just watched was she's up getting her food judged, and this whole entire time, her boobs are bouncing around like vigorously, like just as it's like her boobs are talking. It's so awkward. So
the story's actually good, guys.
The story's awesome.
Don't if you don't focus on any of that, the story's actually enjoyable. It's taking the idea of action and fighting and changing it to food cooking.
Yeah, I've actually recommended some of my real cook friends to actually go watch it.
And truthfully, I've read the manga. I've caught up with that, so it's quite interesting what's happening now.
You've activated my trap card, Ghost Pepper.
I almost forgot, and it's more news I heard before I had to go to work. Team 4-Star, episode 6, Helsing. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we're all excited for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so if you guys want to listen to more of us, you guys can go and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com / is that a / or a backslash? I've always been confused on those.
Should be backslash.
Okay. I'm going to call it a backslash. If it doesn't work with the backslash, use the /
Keep going, keep rolling.
Go to facebook.com / nerdL.A.G podcast, or you can follow us at SoundCloud at soundcloud.com / nerdL.A.G. And if you want to go to YouTube, you can go to YouTube, type in nerdL.A.G up in the search bar, and you can find our channel there. Remember to like, subscribe, and give us some comments. We need some feedback from you guys to tell us how we're doing.
Also, we have a Twitter account, so you could go to that. It is on Twitter at nerdL.A.G podcast.
Yep. And we're trying to stay active on that.
Trying.
Yeah, trying.
I'm gonna do that right
and
now.
One more thing, we'll also work on our website.
Yes. Oh yeah. Check out our website. You can go to nerdL.A.G, or let's see, www.nerdlag.wordpress wordpress.com, and go check out our new website that we put up. It's still under construction, so kind of bear with us on that. And I think that should do it. So I am nerdy, dirty, and flirty.
Hail Hydra.
Yours changes every week.
That's fine. It's his thing.
Hail Hydra.
Okay.
Release the Kraken.
Oh my god. This has been the sweetest of kicks in all the land, and if you want to follow my tweets about shiny Pokemon and being nerdy, I have a Twitter, SweetKicks101. Go follow.
All right, they
See
just
it?
bumped a bunch of chords. Remember, guys, don't regret the things that you do. Regret the things that you don't.
And they can follow your Twitch at
Shinigami LDL. I'll be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece tomorrow.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us. So have a good week and stay classy. I don't know.
Meep.
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 Meep,
Why are you taking my meeps?
meep, meep.
Meep, meep.
All right, bye guys.